Welcome to a brand new episode of the post game. I'm your host, Davion, and I'm joined by Ollie.
Yo.
And that's it, just Ollie today.
Yeah.
Elijah's here too. If you're watching our live video on YouTube, which you should be subscribed to, youtube.com/the post game. He just was being rude about Chelsea. Another week, another loss for my Blues. But we'll get to that in the later of the pod. But just a couple of maintenance things real quick. If you ever have a comment to leave about the podcast, please leave it. We love giving feedback and hearing from you guys. Elijah, what should they do again?
Comment, like, and subscribe.
Exactly. But week 5 of the Premier League, man, we're rolling. Like, it's crazy to think it was already been that fast. Week 5 of the Premier League this week was today. Well, was this midweek. Man, a lot of upsets, a lot of big wins, and some points for still on awesome teams. But first off, we'll get started with Crystal Palace and Brentford. They went 1-1 at the end of the game. Elijah, Ollie, y'all want me to start, or you guys want to start?
You can start.
So this game seems to be very back and forth. Like, it was up and down the field, very evenly matched. Possession was pretty much even. Brentford had 52%. Palace had 48%. Zaha has been on a roll recently. Like, he really has. And his goal that he scored was just a vintage Zaha, far post, curl to the top corner, which worked for them, and that's what they needed. But Brentford, they something that Brentford doesn't do is give up. And what they did, I mean, they got a late goal to steal a point from Palace, but you definitely saw in the 88th minute, Palace were just asleep. They were playing too comfortable. They were playing like the game was over, and it showed.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, that's really all I would have to say too. I do like how Zaha has been playing really, really well. So hopefully he can keep that up in there. It looks promising for Crystal, but just got to close out the games better. That's all.
Exactly, and I mean, I would say both of these two teams are very like even, like when it comes to like placement in the league and stuff. And I feel like this is what you expect from a game like this.
Yeah.
Lodge, you got anything on this game or no?
I just looked at the highlights and looked at that Zaha goal. That goal was a beauty.
No. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
and that's what he can produce for you. But like the problem with Zaha is like he gets a little quiet towards the middle and end of the not end of the season, but he's like a little inconsistent. Like he starts off very hot and then he goes ice cold. And so the problem is he going to show this season that he doesn't have that cold spurt? And if he
Right.
can keep consistently scoring goals or being contributing to goals at Palace this season. So I mean, be one to look out for. Next up, we have Fulham and Brighton. 2-1. Fulham wins this.
Disappointment.
Militrovic is just rolling right now. He has 5 goals in 5 games, and you can't tell him nothing right now. Like, he's just playing really, really well. Fulham are showing they belong in the Premier League right now. Watching this game showed me that they want to run with the best, and they will.
Agree.
I mean, and they thankfully, and I saw that today that they signed Willian, who used to play for Chelsea. They signed him today, and he will do nothing but provide, like the
That
ball.
speed.
Just not even speed. He's getting up in age, but like he can provide that ball for Milicevic just to get him through, and so like I think that's a big signing for them. And man, but yeah, it just wasn't Dortmund, Brighton's day. Like, it just wasn't their day.
Do y'all miss him from Chelsea?
Do I miss him?
Yeah, from Chelsea.
I miss a lot of players from Chelsea.
Okay. Well, I'm asking, did you miss him? I'm asking him. William.
Yeah, I mean, William was really good. He definitely
was fast.
He
to
was
me
fast.
back then. Yeah.
He was a really good. I mean, he really contributed.
He was a right wing too, right?
Yeah, he definitely contributed to our team, though. I'm not taking anything away from him. He was definitely a factor for sure. And I think he'd be a factor for this team as well. Next up, Southampton versus Chelsea. Chelsea lost 2-1. Ollie, do y'all want to start by talking about this game before I talk about it? I've been talking a lot, and I don't like it.
I mean, it's up to you, man. I can start if you want.
You start, and then I'll rant for 5 minutes.
Well, I mean, long game. So, I mean, it's just, I don't know. They got to figure it out. Again, Lavia's on the scoreboard, though. So, that's what I expect to see from Southampton is Lavia getting a goal in there. But
his goal was nice, too. Like
it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. But just gotta get something rolling for Chelsea. This is a game they gotta take points here. Just painful. Oh, that's all. It's just painful.
Very painful.
So watching this game, because I definitely did watch this game live. There's a couple of things that was annoying. I would say Chelsea started off the game. The first 25 minutes, Chelsea played some of the best football they've played all season long. We had probably 3 to 4 chances in those first 25 minutes that arguably should have put us up 2, maybe 3-0. We didn't finish those chances, but Sterling got one in the 23rd minute. Lavia scored, and it felt like all of the air that was in our team just went away. It was all gone. And like our team out there just looks like we have no heart. So from the 28th minute when they scored to about the 75th, 80th minute-ish, our team looked unmotivated. They looked undetermined. They looked like they didn't want to be out there. And they just looked like they looked like they did not care. And so you can't win any game or any sport in any capacity. You can't do anything if you don't care about what you're doing. But like in the 80th minute, you now decide to run and maybe press or whatever the case may be. Like Chelsea right now are very inconsistent, and it's annoying to watch. It's just annoying to watch. And I just don't know what they have to do. Southampton, they stole 3 points from Chelsea. Good for them. Good for them. I got nothing else for it. Leeds drew 1-1 against Everton. Definitely a surprising draw. Everton looks like to be better. Looks to be back in these coming weeks. Because I think they stole a point at the beginning of the week from somebody else as well, or one. Everton did. But did y'all watch highlights for this game?
No.
Yeah, so I did. This was a very animated game, like very aggressive, lots of fouls. If y'all want to get bored tonight, definitely go put this game on. You won't be upset about it.
I'll give it a watch.
Leeds came out. I mean, Leeds went down early. Not early, but they went down in that first half. Well, pretty early, 17th minute actually. Mm-hmm. And then you definitely saw something like from that Leeds dressing room, like click. Like that same thing they did to Chelsea, where they beat them by 3 goals. They started doing it to Everton. And Leeds could have arguably had 2 or 3 more goals because they were just clear. But yeah, Leeds came out peppering them after the halftime, and but Everton they held up and they didn't break until they got the points off lead, which is points are big right now. It's the beginning of the season. Every point matters in the Premier League to stay up. Bournemouth versus Leeds. No, Bournemouth versus Wolves. This game I didn't even watch the highlights for. Bournemouth sacked their head coach or their manager at the beginning of the week. Some would say very early. I mean, you play
4 games.
You play 4 games, 3 of the top teams in the Premier League. I mean, you play Liverpool, Man City, and I remember the other team. But what do you expect out of ownership? And so I think it was a little harsh firing him this early.
Liverpool, Arsenal, dang, they did play 3
times. Arsenal as well, yeah. And so you give this man $100 million in the Premier League, I mean, you sack them 4 weeks in after playing 4 of the hardest teams in the world.
At least they beat Villa. That's the only team on this
They
list
did beat
that
Villa.
they needed to beat. And Wolves, they probably should have won that, but they didn't lose. They got a point there. But like, yeah, Liverpool, Arsenal, and Man City, the amount of money he gave, them to use is worth about 3 Man City players and
Exactly.
3 Arsenal players, if that. Like maybe 1
I'm gonna say
or 2
maybe
at this
2.
point. Yeah. So it's just like, you can't expect too much. They only let Arsenal score 3. That's good. So, it definitely sucks. But some of these owners are like, I need winning now, which I don't understand how they think sacking their manager is going to do that, because now this new manager has to get his people in. So now you're going to be
you can't get anybody in at the end of the window.
Right. So what's he going to do? So now he's going to be stuck with these players that, I mean, he's going to have to figure out something until the next transfer window. It's just a mess. I don't expect that team to be good at all. The rest.
I don't expect them to be in the Premier League next season.
What they gonna do? Sack another one and get another one? Like,
I mean, they're probably just gonna hire an interim right now, and then maybe towards the end of December they'll find somebody that they like, and then he'll get his players in, or they'll just wait till they go back down to Champions League, not Championship, and just do it all over again.
Do you know how long that manager was there, roughly?
Eddie Howe left. So Eddie Howe left whenever he got the job at Newcastle. So I would say he got there in like January, if I'm not mistaken. Because remember Eddie Howe was.
This is like this past year, like this year.
Yeah, I think his name's Scott Parker. Their manager's name. Scott Parker. Yeah, Scott Parker. Yeah. He was there. They got him at the end of 2021, and then after Eddie Howe realized he would get away. After Eddie Howe wanted to go to Newcastle.
How do you fire? Wow.
I think that's rushed.
Yeah.
And it's the reason why these small clubs or like any small team, why they don't succeed is because they want to rush progress. And when you don't give me money to spend, when you don't give me time
at all.
When we play 3 of the best teams in the world right now.
Right. I would say like if these teams were different, if they played like all middle of the pack teams and maybe this result with City, like I mean we the Liverpool result looks really bad, but if you think about it, it was coming to them. Like it was gonna happen.
Liverpool excuse me. Liverpool just lost last week. If you know whoever they're gonna play, they're gonna kill.
Angry. So it's like that's pretty harsh. Hopefully he'll get another job somewhere better in the Prem and be able to get his revenge. But we'll see.
For sure we will. Next up we have speaking of murderings, Manchester City versus Nottingham Forest. Do we even
Holland with a hat trick is crazy. 9 goals and he just came to the premiere.
First half hat trick.
He's
beautiful.
Ridiculous.
Beautiful.
He's ridiculous. Yeah. He's unstoppable. And so he looked unstoppable.
The fact that he's doing this already is just terrifying. And
scary.
I mean, this lineup, I mean, I don't know. I feel like he could have went younger, if I'm being honest. When he brought on De Bruyne,
you think he went older?
Well, I mean, this is obviously a younger team. Like he had some subs that were younger, and then Alvarez started. But like overall, like we in terms of people that have been here for a while, that are trusted people, Phil Foden, Bernardo Silva, Rodri, Gundogan, Cancelo, Stones, Diaz, Walker. So like the only person that started that hasn't been starting is Alvarez, and obviously he's a starting talent. So whatever.
I mean, he got 2 on himself.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, and it was good to see some of those younger players come in later. But I was like, you're gonna put on in De Bruyne when we had like 4 at that point, I think. Yeah. So I was kind of rough. It's like
maybe it's one of those things where it's like because like I don't have to really stress. Maybe I can try out some new tactics.
That too, or he was just going for the kill.
No, the commentator, he's not that cool. The commentator made a good point in saying that maybe maybe Pep wanted a certain amount of experience on the field that he's like trust. Obviously, he very much trusts De Bruyne's judgment. He was captain for 2 years, I believe, 3 years. So it's like he's very trusted. So and to have him on with how many young players he did end up putting in, I get it. But the Mahrez, I was surprised to see Mahrez and De Bruyne go in. That's the more surprising thing. But good result. I didn't really like the start as I was texting in the group chat. It looked like at the beginning we were playing how we played last game, letting Walker free roam into the middle. And I just don't like the idea. I don't really care who we're playing because
I mean, what if that's him trying something new? I mean, what if that's like his actual like tactic? I need to watch the City game. I don't watch many of those games.
But the logicalness of it just doesn't make sense when you have somebody playing the center defensive mid role, and we have many good center defensive mids. We could put Cancelo there. I would love to see Joao in the midfield. That man, he has a lot of talent to be a defender, like with his ball skill and his shooting ability. But it's just I just don't understand how you think a tactic like that couldn't work when you're literally bringing your fastest defender away from his natural position to now have to chase backwards and run more. We were so effective when he would be on the wing, doing tiki-takas with the winger, and then getting around the edge and crossing it or something like that. It's just you need some structure. We're a good team, but you can't disrespect them like that. Yeah. Like at the beginning, they got a little chance in, and I was like, "This is what happens when you do this." When they got their first shot, I was like, "Why are they getting a shot? They should not get a shot off." But yeah, obviously, good result. Got to represent. But
I do want to say, I was wrong last podcast on saying Nottingham was going to get a goal.
I don't know what you're thinking.
So I will admit that.
Get at least a goal. That was just disrespectful for no reason. Nottingham, I do want to say I do like Dean Henderson. I think that he had a good bit of good saves and good positioning there. But it's real tough when you're playing a top team and just lack of communication. They're just not always in the right spot. And then we have players that can really, really disrupt. And Erling Haaland, the third goal he scored was vintage Haaland. He's blocking up defender.
He's so good.
It's just I just don't get it. Like watching his timing, his runs.
Y'all lucked up getting him because it was 3 teams, wasn't it? City, Chelsea,
Madrid,
and Madrid. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But we stopped looking for him to get Mbappe, and then Mbappe didn't happen. So
yeah, tough. Yeah, we was gonna get somebody.
Here's one thing I would say about City. They could literally win Champions League and Premier League this season.
Don't jinx it.
Hold on, they might need to shore up their tactics, and their defense, but they look unstoppable.
Oh yeah, and we are working on that. We did just buy that defender today, so we'll in a few weeks hopefully we'll see him get a little bit of playing time to get him acclimated over here and see how he fits in. And I need to check on any updates on the two center backs that we have injured now. So we'll see.
I mean, and I think when it comes to City, I think they really need to look at. I mean, I think that game against Newcastle should really be what's the word? That should be what not to do. All right. So we're not doing this ever again. That whole game should not have happened. So now you have to go off that and move on. But yeah, next game we have Arsenal and Aston Villa. Arsenal 1-2-1. They're the only unbeaten team in the Premier League.
Gunners!
I think we talked about this I asked the same question last week. Is this a fluke or is this the real deal?
All right. I do want to say something. Because next week, 2 teams I'm liking are going against each other.
What is next week?
Arsenal and Man United is going up this next match. 2 teams I like. So what I want to say is to go back to your point. If Arsenal beat United, it's not a fluke. But if Arsenal loses to United, I still won't say it's a fluke. I still say it's 50-50. It's just maybe they was playing like I'm not gonna say trash teams, but teams that's not challenging enough for them. So we'll see. So that's
what would you want?
I can say. Obviously, I would want United over the Arsenal, but due to me, going for Arsenal this season, I would like them to continue their run. That's what I would say.
Yeah, to be honest, they really haven't played much of anybody.
Yeah,
yet.
They haven't been playing good teams.
But I mean, they're pulling out good results. The goals look good. They look good together. So I mean, even with games like this, it builds up confidence, even if you don't deserve that confidence necessarily. We've seen in the history some of these teams that aren't that good make runs just because they get on a roll, their chemistry is good, and they just play well together. Obviously, this is a little different. Arsenal has a lot of firepower and a lot of weapons, and it's stupid how much they have this year. So, with that being said, and those two combined, I do think that they will continue to have a great season. We'll see how it goes once the tournaments start up and everything like that, and how everybody gets through the World Cup spell there. Hopefully, everybody comes back healthy. Obviously, that's always a question mark because that's a lot of fitness, and you exert a lot of energy during that World Cup because you want that.
And it's going to be very hot.
Yeah. Yes.
Even though it's going to be in the winter in Qatar, it's still going to be like 80s, 90s.
It's Qatar, yeah. So
it's like it's going to be.
It's like
stay hydrated and keep the fluids in your body. But Elijah, you make a very valid point that Arsenal has not played a top 16 yet. So, good point. Good point.
And then I do want to say, son, Martinelli was there last year, right?
Yes.
For Arsenal.
Yeah.
He's good.
Oh, he's a baller. That kid's really good. Yeah.
I like him.
He started. I mean, they really started clicking towards the end of last season. Because we all know what happened in the beginning and like towards the middle of the season. I mean, Arsenal was a laughing stock of the Premier League. They were gonna. Everyone was thinking they were gonna go down. But then they definitely. I mean, Arteta.
Did y'all see his little tap-in goal? Oh yeah. Did y'all watch that game or highlights, at least?
I did not know.
Oh, okay.
I know you did, so I was like,
"Oh, I watched the game." Yeah, I watched it.
Whatever.
That's if it's not United, it's Arsenal.
What about Chelsea? You want to watch Chelsea play?
I watch. No, you want to be honest with you? I might trash a team a lot, but I actually watch a team.
Oh, you're sure? I think you watch it just to critique us and just to find.
No. You want to be all serious, all jokes aside. Like I actually be wanting y'all to win.
Oh.
I just do that to I just do that to get in your head. I told you like plenty of time.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with Chelsea. I really don't. I even play with them on FIFA. I like playing with them on FIFA. It's just
I don't.
You like that team, so I'm gonna bother you. So yeah.
Good point. Ollie, what you want to say something?
Huh?
Are you gonna say something?
I said Chelsea's pretty good on FIFA too. Yeah. What's the next one? What's the next game?
West Ham versus Tottenham. West Ham stole a point from Tottenham yesterday, so good for them. I actually watched the end of this game, I think.
I watched the end, the second
I don't remember. I mean, I was listening to the commentators, and they were saying that Tottenham just didn't look good in the second half at all. And Conte was yelling and screaming the entire second half as I was watching. Yeah, man. I mean, West Ham, I think they're slowly but surely trying to find their feet. And that's a plus. I mean, I hope not next week because Chelsea plays West Ham next week. So let's not let them find their feet.
Give it another week.
Do you still believe Tottenham is over Arsenal?
Whoever said that?
You. When we was doing the rankings,
I have never said
third
Tottenham.
Arsenal. Y'all was saying third Tottenham. Yes, you did.
That might be right.
Exactly.
You might be right.
So, do you still believe that?
No.
Oh, okay.
Not at all.
And with that, I think it was more so with the familiarity of Tottenham and how they've been playing. So you expected them to. I mean, they haven't really changed too much with their starters versus Arsenal, who has brought in at least 3 new players to their starting lineup. and more players that have entered the role player spot. So you never know how well they're going to click right off the bat, and it could go off like a oh my God, a Man United. Jesus, it could go off like a Man United, or it could go off like an Arsenal. So we'll see. But Spurs, they haven't been playing quite as well as I thought they would, but I think they'll get their footing and continue to do well. They're still third right now, so.
I don't know. I don't like Tottenham. That's all I want to say.
Yeah, we know.
Next up, Liverpool versus Newcastle.
Man.
I realized something.
Newcastle is a good team, but that was a close game. Who scored that last goal for them? I forgot his name.
Their new signing.
Yeah.
Did you watch the highlights?
If they didn't get that goal, yes, I did. I watched the game too.
So the problem,
that last goal.
So there's two things I would say about this. Well, I'll make this point first. Newcastle screwed themselves over out of a point. And the extra time they just kept going down, trying to waste time, and of course the referee's going to give their added time. So that's why it was like 99 minutes of. I mean, it ended up being 9 minutes of extra time.
Yeah,
it was.
When it should have just been 5.
It was 7.
I thought it was 7. I thought it was 7.
Yeah, it was like 7 or it got
it
close
was like
to 8.
7 extra time, but
it
went to 99 because the fouls and wasting time.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah. No, it was like originally like 5 or 6, if I'm not mistaken.
It was 5 minutes.
So I mean, you're gonna try to waste time like that, and like not.
But 2 minutes? I just watched the highlights. I didn't watch the game, so I don't know how much time they were wasting.
Oh, they was.
They were wasting. They were wasting.
It was 2 minutes worth.
Stupid fouls.
It was definitely. I mean, there was a couple of. A couple of them went down with injuries in the extra time trying to get like service, and it's like, what do you
stop to watch? You gonna stop to watch?
Exactly. Okay. And so, I think
I hate when they do that.
They shot themselves. They shot themselves in the foot, in my opinion.
Get up.
It's their fault. But I would say I realized one thing about Liverpool, and I know he hasn't been quote unquote their Salah, but he is still the king at Liverpool. Plain and simple. Watching this game, you saw that the play still ran through him, and you saw that he was still that guy that you have to look out for because
What are you talking about?
Firmino, Roberto Firmino.
Oh, I agree. He's still going to be that type A striker at the end of the day. Yeah.
So I think Klopp realizing and understanding that he's still like that leader on this team showed why Liverpool won this game because they didn't give up until the last minute of the game.
Yeah.
Oh, he's been for that team for a while, hasn't he? Firmino. He's been with them for a while.
He's been with them at least 4 seasons.
Yeah.
But I mean, on the other hand, I know Salah still has 2 goals. I'm pretty sure all their strikers have 2 goals this season right now, or something like that. But I don't know. He's so frustrated right now.
Yeah, because I think
not getting the ball.
What the defenders are doing are putting them in a box. And granted, they don't have their full starting lineup to like know how to service Mohamed Salah. So it's like it's very hard to really get into a rhythm whenever a lot of our players are injured or not here or suspended, whatever the case may be. And so I think that's when the others have to come around and show that they deserve to be on this team as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But last game we got Manchester United versus Leicester. So I was writing my notes late last night, and this is a note I took. I said before this game, I'm thinking to myself, like, this needs to be a statement game for one of these 2 teams. And I don't think now, and walking away from this game, I don't think it necessarily a statement game. I think if Leicester won, it's a statement game that, okay, we need to try to start making a roll back. But if United won, I mean, it's just Leicester being bad. And so I think United won 1-0, Elijah, if I'm not mistaken.
1-0. Should have been 3, but
you watched the game, so how about you talk about it? I didn't watch this
game. So pretty much what was going on in this game, I don't know what's the deal with Leicester, honestly, because they had the ball more than we had quite some time. But what I was seeing a lot with Leicester, well, maybe because of United, because United was playing defense for the first time for the past 3 games they've been playing defense. So, they had the chances. It's just too many block shots and like passes that wasn't getting through or it was late. So, that's pretty much it about Leicester, I could say. I do have a question for y'all about Leicester. Do you think the coach is going to get sacked or give it some time?
He'll be sacked
If
by
it keep
Christmas.
going like this. Okay.
Oh, for sure by Christmas if this keeps up.
I mean, if he doesn't,
Um,
if this keeps up, he'll be gone by Christmas.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right before that transfer window, he's probably out of there.
Either there or or Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
I mean, managers, we know this. Managers don't really dwell. I mean, owners don't dwell on managers, man. If they want you gone, or they only teams that don't, I would say, are like the Arsenals.
But they've won so much, it's hard to fire them. Like Leicester's coach.
I'm about to say because with Arsenal, they might start off bad, but when it's mid-season or towards the end, they start picking it up.
People were calling for Arteta's head last season.
Oh, yeah, I know. They were saying that he
they
needed to go.
didn't even finish in the top 10. I mean, top 6. So it's like that. I mean, they still were patient with him, and now he's producing.
Yeah.
But
that with Leicester. Now with United, I'm loving it. I'm loving the lineup. Well, I do want to say I want to see a little tweaks with the lineup, but so far the lineup's working. Like you said, if it ain't broken, don't fix it. So so far so good. I'm liking it. But I would like to see them to do like later down the road is to put Eriksen and drop Alonga, put Alonga on the bench. Put Eriksen up there with Bruno, Sancho, and I already said Bruno, Sancho, and put start Casemiro and put him down there with McTominay. That's what I think they need to start doing, and that would really start getting the roll on for them because second half when Casemiro came in, like I said, being a Madrid fan, he got that chemistry. And he got that skill, and his passes is wonderful. Like his long ball, his through ball. He's just a phenomenal midfielder, and he's also good being a defensive midfielder as well because he's quick on getting back and defending that midfield, stopping plays, on progressing into our back line. So, yeah, I think he should start more. But in all of that, to sum it up. I think we should just keep that lineup. It's working. Hopefully, it could work against Arsenal. If not, like I said, something needs to change. But 2 tweaks. But other than that, good game from United.
Yeah. Well, I guess. Yeah, whatever. Yeah.
Hater.
I'm kidding. No, I mean, good for United, I guess. Next step. So yeah, I mean, we talked about last week. Now we're going to move on to next week's predictions from the weekend. Merseyside derbies this week. It's one of my favorites to watch. Everton versus Liverpool. Those are always great games. And Everton have been very feisty lately. So it'll be good to see how this game out. It's a 7:30 game. Don't know if I'm gonna wake up at 7:30 to watch this. Do I wanna? Kinda, but am I? No. But who y'all got for this game?
Liverpool 2-1.
I got Liverpool 3-1.
I have Liverpool winning 2-1. Spurs versus Fulham.
I will say Spurs should come back this game and win, but due to how they've been performing and I have watched a couple of their games, it could go either way. I'm not gonna lie. I could give it to Fulham, or I could say a draw, a 1-1 again.
Ollie.
I have either a draw or Spurs winning. But I definitely leaning more towards the draw.
So I could see a 1-1 draw, or I could see Fulham winning. Probably
I could
Fulham.
see it too. But you saying that you being biased, but I'm
Yeah,
serious.
No,
being
I
real
genuinely
biased.
think
I'm
Fulham could
serious.
win
No,
this game.
you
I
genuinely
think
think that
Fulham could
because you're
win it too,
biased.
though.
Yeah, I mean,
You are being biased.
Fulham's been
But
playing
I could,
really well. What are you
but
talking
Fulham
about?
exactly. So I could see Fulham taking that point from them and getting like 2-1. So yeah.
Next up, two of the worst teams in the league, Bournemouth and Nottingham Forest.
Honestly, I don't
Forest,
even know.
Forest is gonna win. Forest is gonna win.
I want Forest to win this.
Forest is gonna win. Or actually,
No, I feel bad for
well, Bournemouth just sacked their manager and
bad
they
for
just drew
Bournemouth.
this
Oh,
past week. Bournemouth
They
might
about
win.
to get, huh?
I think Bournemouth might win.
Well,
I feel
they
bad
might
for Bournemouth,
because
so I'm gonna go for Bournemouth. Or if
there's
not, a draw. I said a draw.
for some reason, like I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but whenever these interim coaches be having to take over, for some reason these teams just start winning.
They're still good.
That is true.
Charlotte's team, we won like 3-4 games after our
Yeah.
manager surprisingly got sacked.
People hated him though. That's why they sacked him.
Because he's like Pep and they're not used to that anywhere else. Pep
Yeah.
can do it because he's Pep. He wasn't him yet. He wasn't that guy. You're coaching in America. Pipe down. But at the same time, like he was getting results in his first year. I
Yeah.
thought he was doing fine in terms of results. But I understand there's other,
Elements.
lots of other elements that we don't even know about. So
Yeah.
we'll see. It'll come to light eventually. But that's besides the point. Point is,
speaking on Charlotte real
Bournemouth
quick.
can win this.
Speaking of Charlotte real quick, are they even like top 8 to make it to qualify into the MLS tournament? Not tournament, but yeah, tournament. I think it is.
No,
Yeah,
they're not.
They're like right under there. I think they're like 10th now, but they're like only a few points behind.
because I ain't gonna lie, like a couple of Charlotte games I was looking, they was looking pretty good and they was winning games. So
Yeah, they can at home, but not away.
Yeah. No, we're terrible away.
yeah.
But yeah, next up, Chelsea versus West Ham on the weekend.
You gonna go first, Davion?
Oh,
You go first, Davion.
Chelsea 2-1.
Elijah can't even look at the camera because he already knows he's about to troll. Go ahead. What's
No, I was saying Chelsea.
Hey, you saw his face, Davion? You saw his face?
His face. So disrespectful.
I got Chelsea.
You do?
Hopefully, but I got Chelsea.
There we go. Yeah, I mean, I have Chelsea also. They can't lose this game.
They
They
can't.
No, yeah, they can, but
Right.
they can't.
Can't.
lose this game.
They can't at all.
It's very possible. I honestly I can see a draw, but we'll see.
I can see a draw
Chelsea
too,
2-1,
but
boys. Chelsea
hopefully they
2-1.
win. I thought Southampton, but well, I said Southampton. You said Chelsea.
Brentford versus Leeds. These two teams are literally so similar. They will press you and counter you all night long.
Draw.
A late winner for Brentford.
Yeah, I think this will go down to the end.
I agree too.
I think it'll be a 2-1 or 1-1 draw. That's what I most likely have.
Yeah.
Don't really know which way. I'll go Leeds just to go Leeds, but it could be 2-1 either way.
I wouldn't be upset with either of these two.
Yeah.
I won't. Yeah.
Wolves versus Southampton.
I'm sticking with Southampton.
Okay.
They beat one of the best teams in Premier, so Southampton. And they've been looking good. Not even trying to even bash y'all either. They just been a good team so far.
Newcastle versus Crystal Palace. Their new striker looks really good. Isak?
Yeah.
He looks
really good. Offsides on his second possible goal, but he had the control there, and the shot was beautiful too. But I would give it to Southampton.
What are you talking about? Talking about Newcastle?
Sorry, yeah, Newcastle. Sorry.
I say a 1-1 or 2-2 draw.
Wait. We all said Southampton?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, for that one, yeah.
I was still stuck on that game.
No, we're at Newcastle, Crystal Palace.
Yeah, my brain was but I was talking about Palace.
Yeah. Newcastle.
Next up, Aston Villa versus Manchester City.
It'll be a close one. Nah, it shouldn't be. It better not be. We'll see what happens. They could take some points here.
I think 2-1 City.
2-1 City?
Yeah.
3-1.
3. He gave them 3 goals.
Holland
Actually,
got 2 out of those.
Villa's defense doesn't look very good these days.
Exactly.
Honestly, I'm with their current form, I think we run them out the park, but we'll see. I think it'll be like 3-1. I think they'll get a goal. I don't think it'll be a clean sheet, but I
think
think
they'll
we'll
get
win pretty
1-2.
comfortably. Yeah.
Brighton versus Leicester City. And hold on, before we answer that question, I think listen, if Leicester loses again, or
This
like
is
he might be gone by the end of October.
Yeah. No wins.
Or it's
A
September.
draw in the first night.
Yeah,
A
you
draw to
have
Brentford.
having a terrible time.
Yeah.
they are.
And they haven't played other than Chelsea, but
their game's been close. It's just they just can't finish. Like while I was watching that game, they just can't
They
finish.
can't
to
get over that
that.
line right now, and it's
They can't. They just can't. Because they push and they be looking good. They be looking like they're gonna get a goal. Because it was a couple times I thought they was gonna get a goal, but it's just they can't finish.
Yeah.
The pass don't go through, or they just can't score.
Yeah. I got Brighton winning.
Yeah, I did.
I feel bad for Leicester, but I'm going for Brighton.
Well,
Or draw.
Manchester United versus Arsenal.
I'm gonna let y'all go.
I have Arsenal. They're gonna kill these kids.
I don't know. I really don't know.
Casemiro's gonna have to start on this week.
He's good.
And I think that'll play a big role on how close this game is, I think.
It definitely will, because they need experience on the field.
Yeah. But I also have Arsenal. Based on my projected lineup for them, I don't think Casemiro will start yet. And I do believe Ronaldo will stay on the bench this week.
Well, duh. Captain Obvious.
He's definitely be on the bench. I told you he's not even starting. I don't think he's gonna start.
But you never
might get rid of
know.
We might get rid of him this transfer window that opens.
Yeah, but it's how many weeks? I mean, how many months away? Like 3? 4?
I know. So far, so we gotta deal with him.
Yeah, I mean, deal with one of the best players in the world on your bench. That's just tough.
He just can't fit with them.
I don't really know if that's true. It hasn't even been attempted
He can.
with the new coach.
No, he could definitely can. But if Ronaldo will start, this is where I think the lineup should be. Ronaldo's up top. Bruno's Cam. Left midfield, Rashford. Right midfield, Sancho. Casemiro. Ericsson. And then the same defense that we got. That's what I think. If Ronaldo starts. But so far,
Ronaldo starts. Whoa.
I do think that he will have some starts this year, though. Like
he's definitely going to have some starts.
Yeah, he definitely will with all the midweeks and tournament stuff. That's obvious.
And that'll. I mean, how he plays
determine.
Yeah, because I honestly don't think he's had a fair shot with the new manager yet.
Whoa, I disagree with that statement.
He did the first 2 games.
He burnt the bridge.
The first 2 games he did, and we lost, and he didn't perform well.
I mean,
we'll see. And this is coming from a Ronaldo fan. Mind y'all, I love Ronaldo. I'm a Ronaldo fan.
And I really dislike Ronaldo. So the fact that I'm the one sticking up for him a little bit is wow.
Yeah. Like, he hasn't been performing, so.
Well, anyways, I do have Arsenal winning this. No matter, I mean, even if Casemiro starts, I do have Arsenal winning this. I do think that it will definitely be much tougher of a game, but I got Arsenal winning this one.
Completely agree. I have nothing to say about that.
So I guess we ended off on that.
Yeah, but if you made it this far, always thank you for listening. We really appreciate y'all for taking the time out your days and listening to this video. Remember, if you have anything to say, please leave it in the comments. We love responding to all those fun things. Elijah probably has one thing to say.
Comment, subscribe.
All right. Well, we appreciate it. Elijah, Ollie, thank y'all for joining me today as well. Yeah, remember, this has been the post game. Peace.